In 1943, if Winston Churchill wanted to speak directly to Franklin Roosevelt, he didn't pick up a normal phone. He walked down into a basement, sat in a room full of vacuum tubes the size of refrigerators, and waited for a machine that weighed as much as a small truck to scramble his voice into noise. It was called SIGSALY, and for its time, it was close to unbreakable. By the early years of the war, Allied leaders knew their transatlantic phone calls weren't safe. Standard voice scramblers of the era just inverted frequencies or shuffled tone bands, techniques German engineers could and did unscramble, sometimes within hours. A call between Churchill and Roosevelt discussing troop movements or invasion timing was, in practical terms, being read by the enemy almost as fast as it was being spoken. Bell Labs was given the job of fixing this. What they built didn't look like a phone system at all. It looked like a small power station. SIGSALY digitized a human voice, in 1943, years before digital audio existed anywhere else, breaking it into discrete measurements. Then it added noise. Not random noise generated on the spot, but noise pulled from a phonograph-style record, a physical disc of true randomness, pressed in exactly 2 copies. One copy sat in the machine in Washington. Its identical twin sat in the machine in London. Both discs played in perfect sync, and their noise was added directly onto the digitized voice signal, burying it completely. On the receiving end, the same disc, playing at the same moment, subtracted that exact noise back out again. What was left was the original voice. Without the matching disc, spinning at the exact same instant, the transmission was just noise. Nothing to decode, because there was no pattern to find. The key was never transmitted, never repeated, and used only once. Each pair of these noise discs was shipped separately, usually by armed courier, on different routes, sometimes different ships entirely. If one disc was lost, damaged, or intercepted, the corresponding disc on the other end became instantly useless. You couldn't rebuild it, request a replacement transmission of it, or reconstruct the pattern. It just became a very heavy, very expensive coaster. A single SIGSALY terminal filled an entire room and weighed around 55 tons. It needed constant air conditioning, dedicated power, and a trained technical crew just to keep it running. Only a handful were ever built, enough for the most senior Allied commanders, not ordinary field communication. This wasn't a tool for soldiers in a trench. It was built for exactly 2 conversations, the ones between the men making the biggest decisions of the war. SIGSALY worked. As far as historians can tell, its traffic was never broken by German or Japanese intelligence throughout the war. And the one-time noise technique it relied on, a truly random key, used once, never repeated, became the theoretical gold standard for secure communication going forward. Every encrypted phone call you've ever made owes something to a room full of vacuum tubes in a Washington basement, spinning a phonograph record that only existed in 2 copies in the entire world. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe for more signal history.